Good evening, everyone. Well, welcome to another Wednesday night with Sequoia Lending. If this is the first time that you are here, Sequoia, we are a commercial lending platform, start out as a commercial lending platform, but we actually merge ourselves into a business solution platform where we provide various different type of solutions for our client. And obviously, we can do commercial lending that is related to anything related to commercial properties. We also do a lot of business funding as well. If that is nothing to do with real estate, but has a lot to do with the business cash flow. So if people that needs working capital equipment, we can definitely fund that. But on our third vertical, we have business service that provides different type of service to our business owners, such as cost aggregations, tax appeals, business credit, wellness programs, so on and so forth. And as a company, we promise to keep putting in valuable service and product onto our platform. And tonight, we are bringing in yet another very, very exciting partner onto our platforms to help our businesses in claim in property, commercial property claim. But before I introduce them onto the platform, remember we do have a March Madness promotion this month, March Madness. We have two promotion going on. The number one is the 1 to 4 unit investment property promotion. So if you submit a deal this month, 1 to 4 units, minimum loan amount is $200,000, and we close in April, you will receive your regular commission plus extra $1,000 on top of it. Okay, the money is free for you to grab. Hey, again, a lot of people asking, hey, do you have any promotions to help me to offset the membership, so on and so forth? Just get one deal done. You get $1,000 bonus. That's 3 years of membership that can be covered. Okay, so that is the first promotion. The second promotion that we have is the wellness program. Our VP, Mr. Bobby Lee, it's in charge of that branch. So this month, you submit one company, minimum 10 employees, and enroll them into the wellness program by April. If you get this thing done, we will, besides of the commission that you get, you also have extra $500 on top of it. So there's no limit whatsoever. You bring in one company enrolled, you got extra 500. You bring in 10 companies, that is $5,000 in your pocket. Ladies and gentlemen, money is out there. It's for you to grab. So it's March already. It's probably you bring your eye. It's March is almost gone. So 2025, 1 quarter of 2025 is almost gone. So what have we been doing for the last 3 months? And what are we going to plan out for the next for the rest of the year? So it's totally up to us. So hopefully you can utilize this platform, can really, really do some good things for you and your family. So today we have a very exciting new program onto our platform. As many of you know, we service a lot of clients that owns commercial properties. And guess what? Every single client out there, when they own commercial properties, they do need to purchase insurance. And you would think that something happened to that building and the insurance company is going to pay them back. But in reality, that is not the case. Many insurance company is willing it's doing whatever they can to not to pay that premium. So many business owners, they do not know where to find help. And even though they find a lawyer, that lawyer might not be the right lawyers to help them to file the claim. So they end up spending a lot of unnecessary capitals to just get what they're supposed to get. So for the longest time, we have been looking for a company like this that can help our clients to claim any damage to their properties. And finally, we run into a beautiful lady. Her name is Tina out in Houston, and she flew all the way to Washington, D.C. this year to meet up with us. And absolutely things, the things that they can do, it's overwhelming. And we decide to sign a contract and bring them online. So we do have the CEO of the company, Mr. Justin, online. And tonight, he and his team is on our platform, and he's going to share with us what these things are all about, how you and I, how Sequoia agent like us to have more product and services to help our clients. So without further ado, Justin, the floor is yours.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Alan. I appreciate it as always, and it's a pleasure to meet everybody. Again, my name is Justin. I am the COO of Restore Zone and one of the managing partners. Restore Zone is a construction company. And just to give you a little bit of background of who I am and what we do, and a little bit of the partners that we have. One of my original partner and me started in the insurance restoration business on the residential side before we moved into commercial many years ago. And on the residential side, we were actually preferred contractors for the insurance companies. So if someone filed a property insurance claim and it was a damaged roof or damaged outside or there were leaks on the inside, they would assign our company to go out, communicate with the insurance company, provide all the documents necessary, and do it. So very quickly we learned, basically, for lack of better words, their rule book and the rules they play by. We know what they cover, what they don't cover, and we really know how to work the system. We've spent hundreds and hundreds of hours through training courses going through each insurance company's standard operating procedures on how they operate. And it really, really helped us, catapult into what we're doing now. And it's funny, we make the joke that, we kept getting so frustrated with watching how these insurance companies operate, and it was never in favor of the business owner. So, with that being said, we switched from the dark side of the street to the light side. And that's the way we frame it. My partner and myself, we've built a successful roofing restoration company. We scaled it to 60 million a year, and then we instantly partnered with hedge funds and different opportunities to provide more and go above and beyond. So there's a lot of things that you'll catch in our pitch that separate us and make us different from public adjusters, from attorneys, and really, help you guys understand, where we can provide the value for your customers. So, we partnered into Restore Zone. Our partners, Tina's one of the partners. We've got James, and they've been absolutely crucial in helping raise awareness to, different communities as well as the market for, property owners in the commercial space. So as of right now, Restore Zone has done, just over 250 million in contracts within the last 9 months. And we're continuing to scale and grow and provide more resources and more capital into all of our referral partners. So, first and foremost, I want to say we're extremely grateful for you guys even taking the time to jump on with us so that we can go over how we can help. And we're extremely excited and motivated to, work with your team and make sure that you guys have all the tools that you need to be successful. A little bit more background. I came from the call center industry and the health insurance industry before this, and it really gave me it opened my eyes, to the processes, and the for-profit, the insurance companies, their games. So, we've leveraged all of our relationships, our resources, our networks into this, and we couldn't be more, grateful for what's been playing out. So, God has been very good on this role with us. So moving forward, and we'll jump right into it. I'll share my screen. I've got a very brief PowerPoint that I'll get into with you guys, kind of taking you through the ups and downs and frequently asked questions. And we can go through these together. So, what we'll do is I'm just going to jump right into it. I do want to let you guys know I have a Q&A at the end, and we'll be able to answer any and all questions that you guys have. I'm happy to stay on this Zoom as long as necessary until all questions have been answered. And then, of course, we'll provide the resources that you guys need moving forward. So again, the company is Restore Zone. We are a full construction and loss consulting company. And what I mean by that is Yes, we can do roof replacements, we can do exterior, we can do windows, we can do siding, we can do interior, drywall, painting, flooring. We can do everything other than basically a new build. We try to stay away from brand new builds, but anything that's existing that has had damage to it, we jump in there and we can provide our resources to make sure that, our customers are taken care of. One promise that we do give to each and every single customer is if we do not put you in a better position than when you met us, there's no charge for our services at all. So we do stand behind what it is that we do, what we offer. We are a data-driven company, which means we go through a lot of data. We look at all of the different, aspects of the insurance claims process to make sure that what we're doing is the most effective for that specific situation because everyone's situation is different. And it's very important to be able to take the process that we have and offer this to your existing basis. But, Restore Zone, we do operate nationwide, most predominantly in about 4 to 5 states, but we do touch, almost every state in the U.S. The states that we do the most volume in is going to be Florida, California, Texas. We do a lot of business in Illinois. We have business in North Carolina and many more states. Like I said, we touch almost every state and we have a great network and resources. But the bulk of our business does go through there. Now, how it works and really understanding the difference between, and one more thing, we do have our master GC license, we have our roofing license, we have electrical, we have everything that's needed to be able to do the services in-house. Now, the insurance process is completely different. And I want to start this by saying, in most construction companies, their goal is to, get the best quote or the best bid and try to, have that property owner pay and undercut the other guy. The problem in our industry with that is that when it's a race to the bottom and the lowest quote wins. A lot of corners are cut. Customers get upset. I'm sure we've all had that, back in our head, contractors, they're slow, they don't respond. So because we come from a tech background, we've changed that. We make sure that communication is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We make sure that, any and everything in regards to this process is very transparent. So everything that we do is transparent. We provide status updates to your customers on a daily basis if needed, but usually once or twice a week. We will also, provide them multiple different solutions tailored based on their situation. But the insurance process, it's just a different process. And when you're dealing with insurance companies, everybody knows, there's a couple different pain points. So in this slide, we'll go through, how insurance claims work, what common questions that property owners have, and then really, what we can do to build value. But, insurance claims, and just to break it down, ABC for everybody, insurance claims process is a complicated process that we made simple. So, and how it works is very simple. Everybody here most likely has a home or has knows someone that owns a home. And with that, when you purchase a home, you have to get insurance. It's a requirement of almost any mortgage in the United States. One beautiful thing about our industry is we don't have a demographic, a customer demographic that's just perfect, right? So anyone that owns a home, regardless of their credit, regardless of the state, regardless of what they have, they are a qualified customer with us. So there's no knockout questions that your customer can answer that would disqualify them for this program, other than not having property insurance. So people pay, and we see premiums 6 figures every year to different insurance companies to have their properties, business owners have their properties covered. And, a lot of times people will pay these premiums year after year after year. and they're too scared to file an insurance claim. Some of the common issues or fears that people have about the insurance process when there is damage are very simple. We get the same questions asked every time. One, are my insurance rates going to go up if I file an insurance claim? That's number one. Number two, my deductible is too high. I don't want to have to pay that money out of my pocket to be able to get the claim going. That's number two. And then number three is a lot of people just don't know that they even have damage. And I'll kind of get into why that is as well. But to answer the first question, are my insurance rates going to go up? The simple, straightforward, honest answer is no. The way that we file insurance claims, there's two types of insurance claims in the US. There is what they consider an at fault claim, and then they have what's considered an act of God claim. Those are the two different parts, claims that can be filed. An at fault claim is very simple. You turn on the bathtub and you flood the whole house. That's your fault. Your insurance company's absolutely going to raise your rates. They can drop you and many different things that they can do. Now, an act of God claim is different. An act of God claim means that a hurricane, a storm, or a major event happened, weather event happened, that was outside of the control of the property owner, right? It's not like flooding the property with turning the faucet on because in this nobody can stand out front and protect their building from a hurricane or high winds or hail. So act of God claims, and in almost every state, there are a few states that have the exception, but almost every state, there are laws in place that protect property owners from insurance companies. Go figure, they have a history of not doing the right thing. That protect the property owner that say if there was nothing that they did wrong and it wasn't their fault, and you have to cover an insurance claim, you cannot raise their rates, you can't drop them, and you can't penalize them. So, that's one of the most, the biggest rebuttals in our industry that we come across is people just don't, they're scared. They're scared if they file a claim next year, their rates that are already expensive are going to double, triple, and that's just not the case. What we always challenge our customers to do is have them talk to their broker and ask them if an act of God claim will penalize them. Don't trust our word for it. Don't trust our attorneys. Don't trust our team. Ask their broker that sold them the policy that they know and they trust, and they'll tell them the exact same thing. So, it's very easy to overcome these rebuttals with transparency. And then, bringing into to the last piece, or the second portion of this is, a lot of people don't know what they don't know when it comes to damages, right? A lot of property owners, most likely, I challenge anyone on this call, when was the last time that they got up on the roof? When was the last time that they actually, did an assessment? And even if they did you know what you were actually looking for, when you did that? Most of the time, the answer is no. So, another thing is people don't realize damage is when a roof does leak, underneath that roof, most of the time, there's attic insulation, which can act as like a cotton ball, basically. So if a leak is coming through, that insulation is basically soaking up that water. So a lot of times people's roofs are leaking and they don't know it just because they don't see the water coming into their ceiling. But if you've ever noticed, and I challenge everybody on this call, when we hang up this call, to do a little walk through your home and look up at the ceiling. If you see any type of yellow or discoloration or small stains, even if they're the size of the nickel, that means that there's pretty significant water damage coming into that roof. And the reason we say that is because for water to leak through the roof, soak up the insulation, which is very dirty, humid, it's a breeding ground for mold. It starts to soak through the insulation, and that's why you'll start to see those little discolorations on the ceiling. So a lot of people, if they don't see leaks coming in, they might not know. And the good thing about what we do is the initial inspection or assessment is completely free. There's absolutely zero cost for us to come take a look and diagnose what we see and provide them options so that they can make an educated decision. So it's very important. Like I said, we've built our whole company around transparency throughout the entire process because when it does come to the insurance process, people get confused. Now getting into this, yes, we're like I went over with you guys, we have our license, Master GC, roofing. However, we act as a loss consultant in many cases, and I'll explain that. So a loss consultant is someone that will work with a business owner or property owner to be able to, advise them on what the best play is for their insurance claim. So loss consultants, we get hired by attorneys all of the time to write reports, to generate estimates, to, pull weather information and all the supporting documents that are needed for an insurance claim to be successful. A lot of people think that a public adjuster will do it. That's not true. Actually, the data supports that public adjuster is the worst way for someone to recover enough money to get the work done. And I'll get into why a little bit later. But a loss consultant works with public adjusters, works with attorneys, and works with contractors and quarterbacks all of them to be able to, maximize the insurance claim. So even though we are licensed master GC, we do act as a loss consulting firm as well. Now, jumping into the insurance funded restoration process, right? There's a million public adjusters out there. There's a million contractors out there. There's a million attorneys out there that do this. But what makes Restore Zone different? So, what makes Restore Zone different from everyone else? One, cost. What the barrier to entry is for the property owner to retain these services is less than if they were to hire someone on their own. So one, we're less. Second, what we can provide that no other contractor can provide in the entire United States. And the reason we know this, there's only three funds that do this. But we are one of three only companies in the entire United States that is willing to fund the material and the labor cost to do the work before the insurance claim process ends without taking a loan out from the property owner, without having to do that. So we're willing to put our money where our mouth is and cash flow the material and labor until the insurance process is complete. Meaning, if you have a property owner that has a roof that's leaking, right? And that roof is leaking or it has water stains, we're actually willing to come in, help with the insurance claims process, pay for all of the material and labor. And if the insurance claim takes years, we're willing to wait years to collect the money from the insurance company until it's resolved, but still servicing the customer as of day one. So you will not find another construction company without taking out a loan, because remember, there's no credit checks. We don't need date of births. We don't need social security numbers. We need none of that. We just need to make sure that they have a good policy and that when we do an internal underwriting, that it's good. So that's what does separate us from everyone else because we can come in, we can replace their roof, cover the cost of material labor without any down payment or deposit. And then we're willing to wait 1 year, 2 year, however long it takes until the insurance company finally does pay at the hand of our attorneys forcing them to. So that's what does make us different. And we provide full service. When I say full service, I mean everything from opening the insurance claim to communicating with the insurance company to providing all of the necessary documents that the insurance company needs to pay. And then when, because not if, when the insurance company underpays the client, We have a legal team and public adjusters that work together to speak to the insurance company and will litigate and take it to trial if needed, even though 99% will not go. But they will take it all the way to trial, covering all of the expenses until the process is finished and there is a recovery. So everything from start to finish will be handled by our team and our network of adjusters, attorneys, and who's needed. So the only thing that we need from the property owner throughout the entire process is just communication so that we can update them if we have questions about the property. That's all we need. But all of the legwork, all of the action items that are needed to be successful, we handle that from start to finish. Now, when we say zero down financing and risk-free options, we mean that. And what that means is like I said, we have the capital to be able to handle the material and labor without any type of deposit, down payment, credit check. It's not a loan, right? We're factoring this based on the underwriting of how we think the claim is going to be. So what that means is if you have a property owner that's tight on finances, and it's very expensive for them to pay a 5, 6, 7 figure roof, that's where we come in because we can provide the immediate support that they need to protect their property from any active leaks and then replace everything based on just a very, very simple underwriting internally. And the internal underwriting that we do takes no more than 72 hours in most cases. The bigger the property, sometimes the more difficult, but anywhere from 72 hours to 3 weeks will be the complete turnaround time for our underwriting team to be confident to cover those expenses for the property owner. There's no payments, up to 2 years. What that means is if it takes 2 years for this the average turnaround time for a commercial insurance claim is going to be anywhere from 9 to 18 months. So sometimes if someone's roof is leaking, they can't wait 9 or 18 months to get it done. So again, that's where we'll interject, do an underwriting, cover that for them. And then of course, once the insurance claim settles, we collect our money back from those insurance proceeds. Again, providing solutions or an alternative solution to property owners. We know many property owners that spend 5, 6 figures every month on maintenance. We will take over all of that. We work with homeowners associations on a large scale, and we're very, well equipped to be able to handle it in a methodical manner. Now, the insurance claims process and really navigating this process is complicated. And most people don't file insurance claims just because they don't know, right? They don't know, is an attorney good for me? Is a public adjuster good for me? Is a contractor going to do for me, good for me? And the answer is you really can't. If you want to be successful with your insurance claim, one is not enough. A public adjuster is licensed to be able to read insurance policies and communicate based on the insurance policy. So they're an insurance policy expert, but they're not experts in writing estimates for construction. They don't know building code. They don't know manufacturer guidelines. They don't know any of these things. So where a public adjuster's specialty can come in is reading a policy and negotiating based on the policy. Where a contractor is good is they can write the best estimates. They can speak to the insurance company on why it has to be replaced fully and can't be repaired. And then when the insurance companies ultimately don't do the right thing, a public adjuster and a contractor cannot force the carrier to pay, where attorneys can by sending letters of intent, and if necessary, filing litigation against them to do the right thing. So what we found with Restore Zone is a public adjuster is just not going to do it because they're incentivized to close the claim and they don't know how to write great estimates. Contractors are great, but they don't know how to work with insurance companies. And attorneys are great, but they don't know policies or construction. So what we've done is we've taken the best of all three, and we've paired them into one process where our public adjusters review our policies with the backing of an attorney. Our contractors write the estimates and speak to the insurance company about those building codes. And then if the insurance company doesn't do what they're supposed to do, the attorney is there to hold them accountable. So it provides not just one person fighting for that claim, but it provides a whole network of companies who are specialists in their respective trade to take that portion of the claim to be successful. So our approach is completely different, costs a lot more, but our recoveries are a lot bigger because we will not allow the carrier to reduce to a certain amount if we can prove everything's right. So, just understanding the roles of an attorney, an adjuster, and that is very important. And relaying that to your customers is important as well. Their goal, if they're spending tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in insurance for the last 10 years, if they file a claim, they better get something, right? And they better be treated fair. And that's where we come in to make sure that each step is handled and that they're never taken advantage of. Now, the contractors, we have our internal crews. In many states, though, we do partner with subcontractors who have been through a rigorous vetting program where we go through, make sure they have their, licenses, their liability, their insurances. We make sure that they have the crews. We make sure they have the equipment. We make sure that, they have a company that's been in business, more than 2 years. We make sure that all of these different check boxes are handled. And it's very important for customers too, because we will help them with their contractors. We know what turnaround times should be, and we have metrics to gauge that. So it's very important that, with the contractors, not only do we do the work or we have a team that will do the work, but we will hold those teams accountable on the loss consulting side of our company, making sure that the contractor is hitting the days that he's supposed to. They're doing the work that they're supposed to. They're not cutting corners. And we do a full audit of every project as it's going on to make sure that all parties are doing the right thing. And then making sure that we're managing all services, whether it's roof replacement, whether it's, windows, exterior painting, stucco, siding, interior work. We have scorecards and metrics to gauge all of those throughout the process to make sure that our customers and your customers are getting the top quality service on every single project and making sure that we're in accordance with all building code, manufacturer guidelines, rules, regulations. We do provide a copy of our insurance, licenses, and everything that's needed to the property owners before any work does begin. When it comes to referring clients, so you guys, and I've worked with Alan, you guys have a website, a unique website for each one of you guys in a form that you guys will fill out that's pretty simple. You're not going to see any invasive questions or tough questions on there. But that form that you guys go ahead and fill out, once you submit that form, it goes straight to your team who starts collaborating with our team. And we will interject and collaborate with all parties to make sure that everyone's on the same page. So when you do bring a customer on board, whether the customer wants to talk to the attorney, whether they need to talk to us, they have questions, they want to look at numbers. We have a full team to be able to provide all of that information in real time. And your team does have a directory of who to go to, which department for what. So as you guys have clients that may be a good fit that are interested, make sure you submit those through your guys' websites that are provided. And then once that is submitted, Alan's going to connect you with us so that we can answer any questions. And we're really going to hold your hand through your guys' first, 5, 10 customers each so that you guys get a very good understanding of what the process looks like. This way, in 90 days from now, you guys will be completely self-sufficient and have all the tools that you need. So, with that being said, sometimes I can talk a little bit too much. We are going to open it up to a Q&A so that you guys can begin to ask questions and we can begin going through everything. But again, I do appreciate everyone taking the time to hear me out today. And yeah, let's jump into the Q&A.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, Justin. You have wonderful, very professional presentation, very deeply. Ellen, I just want to make sure all the agents, can you introduce a little bit each one of the agent, the background? Because I want to know they are experts because it's a related business. Thank you.
Are you referring to me, Tina, or Alan?
Ellen.
Okay.
Tina, we have over 2,000 agents on our platform, so there's no way for us to introduce everyone to you. But most of our
Sure.
agents are professionals in the field of real estate, mortgages, insurance, accountants, and any other professions. So, team, as as we as just like any other product and services, you can find this on your website. And now you guys are seeing my screen, right? So this is the new website right here. All you have to do is just go to solutions and you go to business service. And right here, you will see property insurance, loss, consulting, and constructions. So all you have to do just to click apply and fill in some basic information. Now, earlier I was speaking to Justin. He mentioned that we don't even need to put in the policy number, start date, end date, none of those things. All we have to do is just to collect their policy and upload it to our secure portal. And Justin and his team is going to review it and give us a proposal or give our client a proposal, what they can do regarding to this particular building. So again, utilize your scenario form. Okay. So we do have a questions right here. Do you offer templates that can be used by us to market the service? Justin or James or Tina, anything they
Yeah,
can
I'll
add?
I'll jump in on that. And yes, so we'll help you guys get to become experts in this industry as you guys turn in those deals. And yes, once that policy's there, our team will begin reviewing and going over exactly what to expect next. In regards to material, absolutely. We have brochures, we have step-by-steps, FAQs, stuff that you can flyers that can be shared with your customer basis. I did provide that over. I know that your team was reviewing through those things and going back and forth, collaborating with us. So as soon as that is available and approved on your side, I'm sure Alan and Katrina will be pushing out those links to you guys so that you can have access to the brochures and all the marketing material that we do have as well. But great question.
Yes,
And
make sure that you are connected to us on Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever that might be. If you don't know how to do it, on your website, you will see this Facebook icon right here. Just click on it. Then you will connect to our Facebook because all the stuff, all the material that we have, we will post on Facebook. We will send an email to everybody. So again, you will have all sort of ways to get access to us. Now, just to one more thing, all the marketing material is actually in your back office. From your website, you log in, sign in to your back office. Everything has been in all the marketing material for all product and services. It's in the marketing folder in your back office. Okay. Asking what is the compensation? Yes, you do get pay. So the compensation is case by case basis. So again, it really depending on what the building is, how big the building is, how much the claim is, so on and so forth. So my understanding is that once we submit the deals to Justin and once they reviewed it and how much work is going to be into it, then they will give us a proposal exactly how much it will cost the clients to do something like this. And we will normally take somewhere between 15, I believe somewhere between 15 to 25% of the total profit. So again, let's say the loan amount is it's $100,000, for example. Okay, so we whatever the total cost of that $100,000 claim is, we will get somewhere between 10 to 25% of that claim. Okay, so again, exactly how you get paid you get paid based on the Sequoia compensations. So again, that's another video that you can watch from YouTube to familiarize with our comp plans.
Yep. And just to jump in on that too, I'll give you guys an average on the residential side, even if it is a 2,000 square foot home, the average ticket size that we have is about 130,000 on the residential. On the commercial side, it's different. We deal with warehouses, apartment complexes, hotels, and that can vary significantly. So yes, these tickets are very small. If a 2,000 square foot home is 130,000, you can assume what a commercial property would be. And yes, Alan is exactly right. When you guys submit a deal, I want to make it very clear. We are very there's no barrier to entry. So when you turn in a deal, we provide a free inspection to inspect the property. We also identify and create a report. It's called a causation report during that inspection. What damages we noticed, what do we think caused it, and what it's going to take to restore the property to its pre-loss condition. And based on that proposal, of course, Alan will go over the commission with you guys. But that initial entry to get us there is absolutely free without any obligation to your customers. And not only that, when we provide those options so that you guys can make an educated decision, that will be sent directly over to you. And there are cases sometimes when people do not think they have damage. It is still very good to get a free inspection from us because if these are commercial property owners and they want to sell the property next year, it is very, very, very beneficial for them if they have if we inspect a property and there's nothing that we can find that's bad, we will write them a certified copy as a master GC and put our license on it saying that this property was in good condition as of this day. So if they ever go to sell the property, these documents cost thousands of dollars. It's good to have that to be able to show them as of this day, everything was good. And even if they have that, let's say a storm hits 3 months after we inspect it, to be able to provide a timeline to the insurance company saying on this day everything was good, and then this day is when these problems started. That is very strong and beneficial to the property owner. So even if they don't move forward with our services, just getting the free inspection and that report is thousands and thousands of dollars worth of value. That's it. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you
Very
off,
good.
Al.
I see two hands up here. So, Mr. Moore, you're first. Go ahead.
Yes, thank you. That was a very impressive presentation. Question is twofold. Is there a perfect client for your services, and what about any special concerns with clients who have solar on their roofs?
Great questions, great questions. And on the commercial side, no. Anyone that has a commercial property and insurance is our customer. Now we do provide, and we work with meteorologists and we have weather reports throughout the United States where we have certain storm dates that are strong, where we know there was a very good event, or whether it was a hurricane, a wind event, hail. We have all of those weather reports and we get notified on a daily basis if anything happens throughout the US. So even though we don't on the commercial side, we don't have that perfect customer, we do have certain areas that are very good and very successful that have been severely impacted. And we're more than happy to share those areas with you guys so that you can see because our conversion is a lot higher when there was a recent storm within the last 12 months. Which brings up a good question. If the storm happened a year ago, most insurance companies give anywhere from 1 to 2 years to file the claim. So if they didn't file it right after the hurricane, or they did open an insurance claim and it got underpaid, we can go back a year, 2 years later and reopen that claim and get more. So, there's a lot of benefits. So no, no perfect customer. On the residential side, we have seen that Usually, our age demographic is anywhere from 50 to 70 is the most predominant for us. Traditionally, we see that people, care about their property. They've invested their money and their life savings into this, and they really care about maintaining it. Even though we don't have that perfect demographic, territories, areas, we'll share with you. And then, of course, really anyone that owns that property is our customer. We have customers that are, 80, 90, that have owned the property for 20 years. We have new homeowners that are 25 that have owned the property for 6 months, and everyone is evenly or equally good for us. We're very diverse with the customers that come in, and it's a very open, broad range, and easy to be qualified for what we do.
Thank you.
Justin, you mentioned about residential. Are you saying that residential client also who own single family homes?
So we do work on residential as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
that is something that is big for us, on that side as well. We do a lot of volume on that. When it
Wow.
comes to the construction side of it, that's very predominant for us as well. So we prefer commercial, and we have cases. We have a 50, the Renaissance Tower, which is 56 stories, in the heart of Dallas. And then we have, 1,500 square foot homes with shingle roofs on them that are leaking, and we can service any and all. Now, for the residential side, we have a different department within our company where we send that to, but same thing from start all the way to finish. We absolutely are handling residential on a daily basis.
That is beautiful to hear. So it sounds like to me that hey, I can start knocking on my neighbor's door and asking them to provide me a copy of the policy for you to review.
That's it. And we'll do a free inspection. We'll review the policy absolutely free. And we're more than happy to provide that full, detailed, comprehensive report at no cost so that they can make an educated decision.
Or you can
Oh,
definitely start to inspect my home first.
Absolutely will.
Okay, Bobby.
Yes, you answered some of my questions as you were answering Mr. Moore's question. So, I guess you say you do residential. So, let's just say we had a storm in our area, say 3 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and it knocked down trees, it knocked down building. So would that be an opportune time for all of us that live in that area to go talk to all the homes that were damaged or thinking that they may be damaged and offer something like this? And in that case, do you have a way or a script or something where we can canvas? Let's just say we wanted to go in that neighborhood because you said that we have 2 years to claim.
Yep.
So, and you probably have weather reports of, all the different areas in all the states. And with Sequoia, we have agents all over the country. So you have, is that what you would suggest? Because you say you guys also do residential, and I think that's where our bread and butter is. And, if there's a big storm and, we're losing electricity or the fact that trees are falling, it's like business where after the storm now we go out there and really do the business. Is that like kind of like the business model that maybe we can utilize?
110%. So if there was any type of wind event, even if there wasn't, we are very good at finding a weather event at that property with our meteorologists. But yes, if you had trees knocked down, that's where we help because it's very important for us to help all customers. People just don't know. So yes, when it comes to that, residentials in those areas, that is our perfect customer. To go back to the first question that we had, who's your perfect customer? Someone that was in an area that was affected by a storm just like that. And that's where we build the most value for them because we can come in, do a proper assessment, provide them with their options, and then get to restoration on their property as quick as they want. And if they don't want the restoration or construction work done by us, we can still work the insurance claim from start to finish for a percentage, meaning they get to keep the money. They can hire who they want if that's what they choose. So, to answer your question, yes, that is a perfect customer for us. those areas are perfect for us. And, we're the residential side is very good for us. And as of lately, it's been great actually. So, we have great storms. And if you provide us a address, we can run weather reports before you even canvass that area to say, hey, yes, we do have the proper storm we need within the right statute of limitations, or no, so you don't waste your time. So, you can always send your team over a quick address or a zip code. We can check it for you first. And then the second part of your question, yes, we have telemarketing scripts and canvassing scripts that have been provided that your team can use with a full set of rebuttals and frequently asked questions with rebuttals that we provide to your team.
Okay.
Guys, sounds to me
Thank
like
you.
now the floodgate is open. Go out there to start talking to real estate agents. Recruit them
Yes.
onto the Sequoia platform.
Actually, that's a great thing to bring up. What we found so much success in is our strategic partnerships. So we have partnered with property management companies and we've partnered with real estate firms and brokers who have been absolutely amazing for us. Because one of the biggest problems with real estate is when you're trying to sell a property and there's damages that need to be addressed before the property sale can be done, we can come in, cover the cost of the material labor, open the insurance claim, and if they sell the property, it doesn't affect the insurance claim because they're still the beneficiary. So there is a huge problem that we can solve if a real estate agent had a roof fail because it was too old or too damaged. We can fix that at no out-of-pocket expense to the property owner and increase their property value, all paid for by the insurance.
Yeah,
So,
can I add it in, Justin?
of
Justin.
course,
Yes.
James.
Yeah, I think the one thing we find out is very interesting for all the sales agent here, is the Asian community. Because the Asian community, they like free checkup, they like free report, they like free estimate. For them, before they really sign up with us to doing the roof claim, they they like all this kind of stuff. For suddenly, we did one sponsorship event last year in Los Angeles. We don't expect like any business. We just do it because the good friends host it, and we do the sponsorship. Now we turning in like 60 properties so far, and it's keep coming. So the little 20,000 sponsorship just turned us like almost 200 mil value. So for all your community, especially the old Asian selling agent, you can look at your city like you can really feel your older city because the services you provide. I don't think a lot of the Asian people will know they have this tour to make extra money from their property with the storm, with the hail, with the bad weather. So I think we had it into this very niche market, and uh, most of the owner will really like to using our service and at least try out. And when because the Asian community is very, especially Vietnamese, all kind, they are very loyal to them old community. If they do get the money back from the restore zone or from you guys, the word of mouth will spread it out. So as the agents, uh, as long as you touch up one or two owner in that community, the things will just keep coming. Right now, we have like an infinity deal through our teams. Justin, everybody handle right now. It's amazing. It's crazy. Thank you.
Yeah, we're very blessed and real estate partners have been great for us because they have so much out-of-pocket expense on maintenance, repairs, and we cover all those costs for them and we get the insurance to pay so it's not an out-of-pocket expense. Property managers are huge for us because property managers, and most people don't know this, but most property management companies in the US have a clause in their agreement with the community that says if there's a major claim or restoration project, they make 3%. And this is in their contract, most property managers' contracts. So if the property manager looks at that, what we can do for the property manager is do the work, coordinate all the communication, make sure memos, everything's being pushed out, and the property management company will actually make a stream of revenue off of the claim themselves based on their own agreements. Has nothing to do with us. So property management companies, real estate firms, we have been able to solve a lot of their pain points and cash flow problems with these things without needing anything in return from them. So if you can get yourself with a good property management company, you can get yourself with a good real estate firm that has a book of business, just exactly like James said. The beautiful thing about our industry is when that property owner gets, a 6, 7 figure check, their whole friend and circle will know about it. And with our company, our referrals once the claim has closed is insane. James will tell you that the sales will just keep coming because once they find a solution that actually can make them money, put them in a better position, increase their property value with no out of pocket, no risk, because we work on a contingency basis. If they choose to move forward with our services, we don't charge them one penny up front. There's no obligation. They don't need to give us credit card, any information whatsoever for us to be successful.
Great. Well, thank you so much, James and Justin. So we do have a few more questions right here. The time is almost there, so let's go through it. What about fire damage claims? I'm sure that you can do it, right?
Yes. So fire, black carbon, soot, ash, even if the house didn't actually burn or property didn't actually burn, we can still identify damages, clean out the HVAC units, and then of course, if it did burn down in full, we can handle those claims 100%. We're actually doing a lot of work right now in California for the fires.
Yep,
So that's right in what we're doing.
absolutely. And other questions, does the property owner have to contact your company first before filing the claim, or if they already filed the claim, can they still use your service?
Yes, so absolutely. If they filed a claim, that is a good customer for us because we guarantee that we can improve the claim value no matter if it was closed or not. We can get it reopened. So if they filed a claim on their own, they're not happy with what happened, we can go back and get more. And then also, no, you don't have to communicate with our team or our attorneys to get that open. You just need to submit the form through your website and then our attorneys and our team will review the policy, review the information, inspect the property, and then provide details. So you do not have to get us in contact with your customer before you submit it through your website.
Very good. Last question from our good friend Sultan right here. She's a contractor, so how can she partner up with you?
Yes, so we actually have amazing strategic partnerships with contractors and mitigation companies. So for contractors, there's a couple different pain points that we can fulfill or help out with. So a lot for the customers that can't afford the service or you can't beat the bid, we can absolutely, even if they paid the contractor for the roof replacement, if we document it properly, we can get your customer reimbursed the money that they spent with you to do the work. So that gives you a leg up and an advantage over your competitors. And then also, contractors, we're always vetting new contractors as well. So we would onboard you as a subcontractor through Sequoia, and we're happy to also send work over to you and keep it a two-way street. So contractors are good for us. If you're a roofing contractor, we can also provide value with windows, exterior, other things as well, depending on what your specialty is. But we don't look at contractors as competition because what we do is so unique and different, and the funding solutions that we have is so different that usually we can integrate with the process, and you guys would do great. We provide a ton of value to contractors.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
All right, Sultan, let's set it up, okay? Well, again, this is very,
Yes.
very exciting, and I hope that you are as excited as I am. I always thought that we can just only do commercial, but until Justin released that we can also do residential, that open up so much more opportunity for us. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for you to open up your phone, start calling your friends, calling your neighbors, knock on their doors. Your job is just to collect policies, and there's it doesn't hurt at all. Just ask them to submit the policy to see if they can qualify for any type of claim or whatsoever. Become a professional policy collector. That's all you needed to do, guys. So again, I'm so excited about this new service and this new platform, and I can see that we have a long-term relationship with Justin and Tina and James's team. So again, this is definitely, to me, it's very exciting. So ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, just wait, Alan. Let me introduce our CEO, Jason. I just saw he's joined the Zoom call with us. Jason, you are here?
Yes, I am. You guys did a wonderful job. It was good to meet you guys, and we look forward to working with each and every one of you. So Justin, Tina, James, you guys did fantastic.
well, thank you
Yeah.
so much, Jason, that you came online. I didn't even know. So we're love to take a trip. Are you in Texas also, or where you at?
Yes, I'm in Texas, San Antonio.
San Antonio, great. I will be in Houston next week, so hopefully we can meet each other.
Yes, let me know. I'd love to go over there. And Tina lives there, so maybe we can go to lunch.
Yep, absolutely. Okay,
Wonderful.
guys, again, that is what we have, and hopefully you can see the value of Sequoia platform. We are not just a lending company anymore. We are a solution providing company. So we promise we will bring in more and more product and services and good partners like this so that everybody can make some very, very handsome money. We are not just talking about nickel dime business right here. We are talking about a platform that can actually disrupt this industry. So we've been talking about this for so many years, and now we have so many different product and services on that website that you can utilize. So again, love to see everybody next Wednesday night. And if you are in the Houston area, we do have a meeting next Thursday. Well, no, next Friday and Saturday. So please check your calendar. So this time when we go out there, our main focus is talking about the wellness program where we can offer free benefits to businesses. There's no cost to the employee, no cost to the employer. So this time we are going down there with our VP, Mr. Bobby Lee. Bobby, are you online? And also we are going down there with Mr. Corey. Corey is the COO for the service providing company. So he will be there meeting with us also. So Bobby, do you have any final words for everybody for tonight?
Oh, well, for tonight, I think this is a great opportunity for all of you guys to explore. And, we're going to work closely with the company to come up with, a lot of different ways that, that we can canvas all of the areas that we live in. So, hopefully you guys will take advantage of all of this opportunity. And if you have any questions or anything, refer it to me and Alan, and then we will send it over to them. And then let's see what we can do with the new company. So, and looking forward to seeing everybody in Houston.
Okay,
Thank
guys. All right. Until
Thank
then,
you again. Bye-bye.
thank you.
Thank
See you,
you.
everybody.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you,
Good night.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.